Savage Dexter Davis, aka Doc Savage, the man of bronze. And welcome to Comic Book Corner, episode 2. It is January 29th, 2024. And thank you for coming to the show, man. I appreciate you. This is a podcast that is on the Corner Store Podcast YouTube channel. And if I would appreciate it if you do me the biggest favor and go and like this episode right now. Subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell so you'll know when any Corner Store podcast any Corner Store podcast channel content is on, especially this show, Comic Book Corner. Like I said, thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here. It's like episode 2. I haven't done this in a long time. I love comic books. I love the animated films. I love the Marvel. Lately, I haven't been a huge fan of the Marvel universe. I ain't gonna even lie. Or the DC universe, for that matter. All the turnover, all of the political stuff that they're trying to do in these films, instead of just I wish they would stick more to the criteria of the comic books. I know they're trying to like come up with their own universe and take these characters in directions that they want to take them in, but I think it's been a lot of overkill, and I think that's just my opinion on the films. But I'm a huge fan of the comic book genre, a huge fan of comic book films. I have some of my favorites, my personal favorites. I'm pretty sure you do too. But thank you for coming to the podcast, or coming to the show. It's Comic Book Corner. And today we're going to talk about a few things. One is I'm going to review the new Marvel's film, The Marvels, that came out recently, and also DC's release, which was Aquaman 2, The New Empire. I'm going to give you my opinion on both films. There will be no spoilers. There'll just be my opinion. That's pretty much it on that. The other thing will be I will be showing you some things that I got as gifts, some great collectibles, man. These is amazing collectibles by a really amazing person that I'm seeing, and she's amazing. And this came for the holidays, and basically I've blown away. It's stuff that I added to my comic book collection and to some of the stuff that I'll be not only reading. I read my stuff. I'm not looking to sell it or anything like that. But this is amazing. Let's start with that. The first thing is first, we're going to go with what she gave me, this is just amazing. Now, this is a collection of books, 6 volumes of the mighty world of Marvel, as you can see right here. You can see on the side there's a series of books. There's books in there. I'll show you. There's a couple of them right here. Like this book is the little book about the X-Men. You can learn everything you ever wanted to know about the X-Men from now until then. You also got the little book about the Amazing Spider-Man, a lot of his stories. This is a really cool collection. And I mean, obviously it goes on from there. The book about the Avengers, if you can see that, there's a lot of little glare, as well as the Fantastic Four. Obviously, he can't leave out the man himself, Iron Man, Tony Stark. And last but not least, the story of Captain America. These books are amazing. This collection is amazing. This shit is heavy to carry around, I will say that. But it is in my library or in my bookshelf. And I'm going to be checking these out. I'm not actually sure where I'm not actually sure where she got this from. I think it might have been online or something. And I don't know. People are saying they're having problems getting on the live for whatever reason. I don't know why that is. See, I think one of the people that watches the show. Well, there's somebody on the live now. And somebody who watches the show just hit me up and saying that they couldn't get on. Hopefully, they'll get on. But like I was saying, let me continue on some of the things that I had got from my collection recently. Now, this is really cool. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. All the stories of every film that's happened from the Avengers Infinity Wars, Endgame, and Spider-Man's Far From Home. This is really cool. It's also got 3 books in the inside. And as you can see, they're really, really, really well made. I mean, it's hologram, it's like a holograms. It's really cool. These are some of them that are in there. It's got Thanos on there. I mean, it's dynamite, and I couldn't be more happy to have came up on this stuff. Wonderful, wonderful lady. Thank you, Sonia, for the gift. Because I am a huge fan of the genre. Even though I do have some problems with the Marvel Studios and what they're trying to accomplish, I think they're making a lot of mistakes. That's just my opinion. uh, Trying to kill a lot of birds with one stone is what they're doing, especially when it comes to a lot of political stuff, statements they're trying to make in regards to the characters. I just think they need to stay away from that and just do the films. Don't worry about what people think about, what's the state of the world and the politics of the world. Just make the shows and make the films. I think you should stick more to what the criteria of the comics. If you stay to the actual origins of the comics and use that, I think it would have been way more beneficial product or a better product. That's my opinion. The next thing I want to show you guys, this book this is the actual book that is the official timeline of every single film that has come out as of yet on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When I got this, I was blown away. This is every movie, all the way from the TV shows, She-Hulk, the Scarlet Witch. This has every show in it. Every show. If you've never seen any of the shows, any of the feature films, any of the stuff, if you have this book, you can read it and you'll be caught up to everything. That's pretty cool. I mean, you can't really ask for more than that. This is a magnificent, magnificent gift. And I couldn't be more thankful that I received it from somebody I really care about. Real cool. Real, real cool. Now, with all that said, let me get to my opinion of the new Marvel film, The Marvels. I'm going to tell you exactly what I feel about this movie. And for those fans who might be females who like the female persuasion in these films and having female heroes in these movies, you're absolutely right. They're supposed to be there. There are a lot of female superheroes that are on teams such as the Avengers and X-Men, Fantastic Four, the Champions, all types of groups, and they play a pivotal part. But in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for some reason, they're trying to make the women seem more fierce, more battle tested, and more of a force than their male counterparts. I don't know why. It just seems that way, and they want to force. I think they all should be fighting together. It should be a unified thing. A perfect example: if you watched the last, not yeah, Endgame, was it Endgame? Yeah, the one where uh, the one where the ended where they beat Thanos finally, and the scene where the men fought Thanos and then the girls got their turn. To me, I thought that was just overkill, and it's spoiling the films. Not that it's spoiling it in a man's perspective, it's spoiling it in a cinematic and a fun comic book perspective. These films shouldn't be political statements. They should just be superhero films and villains and and the overcoming the villain and the fight scenes. Captain Marvel can do her thing, can do her powers, can kick his ass, and then come right behind it somebody else. You know, they're working together to whoop this motherfucker, you know? Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to curse. I know this is for kids. I should probably watch my language. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. That was a slip of the tongue. And sometimes I get a little upset when I talk about these films because I'm kind of passionate about it. Anyway, the Marvels was on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as the comic book corner scale, we'll give it, I'll give it a 6. It really wasn't that entertaining. And the ending, I didn't like. You'll have to find that out for yourself. But it wasn't that really entertaining for me. I wasn't really entertained by it, but that's just my opinion. I tell you what I will say though, if they continue on the path that they're continuing on to make their movies and to make these shows, they're going to start losing people more and more. And I really want Marvel to work. I think they need to get some people in there who's, don't have agendas and just I don't know if they're a loose cannon or not, but somebody who's like, hey, I'm just gonna go out here and make the films that I know these people want to see. Not let alone trying to give us what we want more to speak. It's kind of a mixture. You got to have your own ideas, but giving people what they want at the same time. That's a tough, tough thing to do, but it can be done. Now, for my next thing I want to talk about is DC's adaptation, or new film, a new release of Aquaman. Uh, if you haven't seen, it's Jason Momoa. He's back as Aquaman, portraying Aquaman. And I have to say, it was a little bit better. I gave it a 7. It was a little bit better than the Marvels. And to me, the Marvel cinematic universe has been kicking the hell out of DC these last few years. But if Marvel's going to keep making films like they just made recently, DC may catch up to them, especially with certain heroes. Who would have thunk, or thought, I should say, that Aquaman, Jason Momoa's character, would be more fierce than Superman and even Batman? I like Ben Affleck's portrayal as Batman. Obviously, I love Christian Bale's. The new Batman with the kid from Twilight, I forget his name. No, I would go, but I don't want to be that harsh. I just did it anyway, but not a huge fan. So I don't know where they're going on that side, DC. But this latest installment, Aquaman, the New Empire, if I believe that's the title, it was fair. I give it a 7. It was decent. It was watchable. And Jason Momoa, he's a decent actor. He does okay. So yeah, I'll give it a cool grade. But to be honest with you, Marvel has been really hit or miss lately. I don't know. I don't know. Marvel need to step it up. They really need to step it up. They really do. I think they're going to lose their core audience. They keep going the way they're going, and that's a sad thing. I hope that's not the case, but it's quite possible. So, with that said, I will talk about this one other thing that is happening. There's a new film coming out from Marvel, which I think may be something that could truly help the ratings and also truly help uh, the Marvel Cinematic Universe to kind of get back on course. That film is called Craven. Craven, see, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has taken villains and kind of made them into good guys, i.e., Venom. Venom was a bad guy, but he's kind of an anti hero now. The same thing they're trying to do with Craven the Hunter. Craven the Hunter is actually a bad guy. He's been an adversary of Spider-Man and several other people in the comic book realm as far as Marvel is concerned. But see, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're going to try to make him into something that he's not really, but try to play the fence, to play both sides. We're having him beat up bad guys and good guys alike, sort of like the Punisher, which to be honest with you, the guy who was playing the Punisher on the Punisher series on Netflix is absolutely great as a Punisher. He doesn't necessarily have to be all super big or anything like that. It would be cool. The guy who plays Jack Reacher could play the new Punisher, that's for sure. And he'd be great as the Punisher. Oh my God, the dude is huge. And the Punisher was supposed to be a pretty tall guy. I think Frank Castle was like 6'3", if I'm not mistaken. So it would kind of make sense that he could play the Punisher. But that's and I think his name is Alan Richardson or something. I love the guy from the Jack Reacher series. He's amazing. If you haven't watched Jack Reacher, which is totally off the comic book scope, go check it out. But yeah, they're trying to do the new release of Craven is coming out, I think, in the summer. This summer. I don't know about anything else, but let's take a listen to this. I think they have some stuff that they were talking about that may be coming down the pipe. If I'm not mistaken.
Let's check them out. Deadpool 3 is the only upcoming MCU movie that actually got moved up. It is now releasing on May 3rd, 2024. Captain America Brave New World is now releasing on August 26, 2024. Thunderbolts is now releasing in winter break on December 20th, 2024. Blade is now releasing on Valentine's Day 2025. Fantastic Four is now releasing on May 2nd, 2025. Avengers The Kang Dynasty is now going to release on May 1st, 2026. And Avengers Secret Wars is now coming out May 7th, 2027. The Batman Part 2 has been delayed to June 24th, 2027. Cool. The downside is we are obviously going to have to wait even longer for these movies, but the upside is Marvel and DC have more time to work on these movies to make them good. However, I am kind of worried for Deadpool 3 because this is releasing earlier than usual, but I have faith in Ryan Reynolds. Plus, the upside is we're going to be seeing Hugh Jackman's Wolverine soon. Plus, this will give Marvel more time to hire better writers for the upcoming Avengers movies and just all their movies overall. What are your thoughts on all of this? So Marvel and DC have given new release dates to their upcoming movies.
That is
Deadpool 3.
That is the news of what's coming up for Marvel and a few other films. If you call all of that, and it's a lot of news all the time coming up about Marvel films and projects as well as comic books. Now, for as far as comic books are concerned, just recently, a young lady. This is a cool story because I just watched the video. A young lady came into the Pawn Stars show. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, it's back. Marvel Tales. Back in the day, Marvel used to have a series about horror. First introductions of Moon Knight. And I was tripping off of that episode. Brought that in, and he had it reviewed. He had the book reviewed. And it turns out the book is worth $50,000. So, if you got comic books right now and you know they're old or some stuff your uncle or your aunt or whoever gave it to you and you don't think it's worth anything, put it in some plastic and just chill out, especially if it's old stuff. If it's in in good condition, pretty good condition, it'll obviously be lowered in price. But if you have some comics or something somewhere, put them to the side. Make sure you do that. They could be real valuable. And check this out. I appreciate you coming. This has been episode 2 of Comic Book Corner. We're going to have some more episodes and talk about some other things. And I also have something else that you might want to see that somebody gave me on my birthday. So we'll talk about that next time right here on Comic Book Corner. And I think we're going to outro. Hold on, my freaking phone is acting weird again. But it does that sometimes. We're going to outro with a little X-Men theme song music. That was the Power Rangers. Oh, Lord. And I'll see y'all next time on Comic Book Corner.